Welcome to another edition of Hardcore Wrestling Radio, where we say screw the pipe bombs and we drop the F-bombs. If you don't know what an F-bomb is, take a fucking guess. Welcome everybody to another edition of Hardcore Wrestling Radio, where we're going to do the prediction and picks for this year's Extreme Rules. And of course, we got the whole hardcore crew with us, so let's get started. First, he's the son of a bitch, Andy. Andy, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing fine, and I hope all you listeners are doing well too.
And of course, we have the classic wrestling manager, Joseph Knight. Joe, how are we doing?
Pretty good and ready to go.
And then we have the HWR tag team. We have their Bay Area MVP, known as Will, and his tag team partner, James from the Big Easy. Guys, what's up?
New Day sucks.
And then last and certainly not least, we have the incomparable Lance Moss. Lance, what's going on?
I agree with 100% with what the tag team just said.
Let's start off with the kickoff match, as the WWE tag team starts off with New Day versus the tag team champions Cesaro and Tyson Kidd with Natalya, guys. I don't know. Personally, I don't see New Day walking away with the titles on this one. That's personally going to be my pick. I'm going to kick it over to Will. Will, what's your thoughts?
Or you want to wait till tomorrow? Cesaro Tyson wins out. Next.
All right. I'm going to kick it over to your partner. Will, James, what's your thoughts?
I like it. You almost call me Will. Anyway, I just don't see New Day with the titles, because why would they need the titles? I think they're not fit for the tag team titles, so that's why I'm going to go keep it with Kidd and Cesaro.
All right, fair enough. Andy, what's your pick?
Tyson Kidd and Cesaro all the way for me.
All right, Joe?
It's a reject from Nation of Domination and Harlem Heat. Well, we know they ain't going to win, so I'm definitely going Cesaro and Tyson.
All right, and Lance?
It's a friggin' travesty that New Day even have a tag match. So I'm going with Cesaro and Kidd.
Wow, Cesaro and Kidd across the board. So, all right. And the next one, we're going to jump right into the U.S. title match. It's the Russian chain match. Now, for those of you who don't know what a Russian chain match is, okay, there's probably a few who don't, but it's simply, you get two wrestlers going to be tied up to this chain, and the first one who can drag their opponent to hit all four corners in succession wins the title.
So it's like a Texas bull rope match for those.
The Texas bull rope match, or a leather strap match. Is there any other version of this match, Joe?
Nope, it's always been a Russian chain match backdating to Ivan Koloff, who started that. So the famous, if you fans want to check it out, go to YouTube, look up Russian chain match, Nikita Koloff, Ivan Koloff. You'll see what it's all about. And, well, back then it used to be a big thing. I don't know, kind of wondering what's going to happen with these two.
Okay. Who do you have for a pick for winner for this match?
I was going to go for Rusev, but Super Cena is probably going to win thanks to Lana interfering. And Lana's going to interfere on behalf of Cena, so I can see it happening.
You see her turning?
I see her turning.
You know, this is the rubber band match. Rusev should get the win, but, you know, I unfortunately, I just don't see that happening, so I'm kind of have to side with you on that one. Yeah, I see Cena happening. Andy?
I'm going to go with John Cena. Unfortunately, Rusev, they've given this big, massive push, this big, massive step on this podium, and they just kicked it from under him straight away. Two matches consecutively, back-to-back, whatever you want to call it, with John Cena. Not a wise move, WWE.
Yeah, it's a shame. Will?
John Cena sucks, but he's going to win anyway. Hey, bro.
All right, Lance.
I got to give it to Cena, and I see somehow either Lana accidentally distracting or just giving the low blow or somehow costing Rusev the win.
Is she even going to be there, though? That's the only thing that worries me, because she's making these movies and she hasn't been on.
She will be there.
TV tapings.
She will be there.
Her movie thing finished a while back, so.
And that is my prop bet, by the way.
Alrighty. And okay. So, James, over to you.
Really, this is a hard one. I'm gonna give it to Cena because I don't see Rusev getting back the U.S. title. I think Cena's gonna hold it for a while until somebody beats him. And I think it's going to be somebody that will surprise us in the Open Challenge.
Here's a thought for you guys, jumping on a tangent. If Lana is going to jump ship, is she going to be all over John Cena? And then Nikki Bella will get jealous and challenge us for a match?
She'll just come beat her ass.
Yeah. I think if she does this...
Because we all know that Lana's been training for God knows how, and she's an ex-wrestler anyway, so she's obviously going to have a match. And what better way to have a match than she jumps all over John Cena, sucking his face off, and Nikki Bella gets involved?
Andy, can I tell the one problem with that? Vince and the WWE writers want the heel Nikki on screen as far a damn way from the...
I agree.
John Cena as they freaking can.
Yeah, and I don't think they want to have Lana and Cena together either. I think if she jumps ship, she's going to jump ship and then she's going to disappear for a while, or she's going to go into wrestling or do something else. But it would have been a funny storyline, but I disagree. Let's move on to the WWE Divas Championship since we spoke of Diva. It's going to be Nikki Bella versus Naomi. You know what? Nikki's been holding on to the title for a while, and I think it's time for a title change. So just on that alone, I'm going to give the title change to Naomi. I could see her walking out with it. So, and then we're going to walk over to our Divas specialist, James. James, over to you.
Divas specialist. All right. The reason why I'm giving this match to Naomi is the fact that, Paige, who was supposed to be the number one contender, is not there. She's out filming a movie herself. So, what a way to bring back Paige is to have her feud with Naomi for the Divas Championship. I think it's going to also, something's going to get involved with Brie too, so that's why I'm going to say Naomi will win this match and the title.
Alright. And Will, over to you.
It's time for a change. I listened to Owen Hart's theme. I have to give it to Naomi.
Alright. And Lance, over to you.
No offense to Naomi, I just don't see them giving it to Naomi.
Even with her being now a heel?
A heel versus a heel.
I know. Kind of shocking, isn't it?
And the champion is currently blowing John Cena. She's going to keep that as long as she wants.
She's not going to be AJ's reign, let's say that. I'm sorry.
Andy, your pick.
Nikki Bella, because I just don't think Naomi is championship material yet. I think she's still up and coming.
Joe?
This match has been done how many thousands of times?
Too damn many.
Yeah.
Not really.
This is one of those popcorn break shows, but, considering it, I have to say Naomi because of the fact they need to change. Fans are getting tired of the Bellas. I think it's what needs to happen is she needs to beat the Bella girl, take her belt, and then hold on to it, and then the returning Paige can get rematches. It will be a far better quality wrestler. At least Naomi knows how to work.
All right. Well, I want to move on and talk about the WWE Intercontinental Championship, which has Daniel Bryan versus Bad News Barrett. Now, what's interesting about this match, of course, is Daniel Bryan, and a lot of the news has been going in about the rumors about him retiring. So I want to get everybody's thoughts about that real quick before we go for our picks. Now, James, I know you wanted to talk about this before the show started, so what's your thoughts?
Really? I just don't see why would Daniel Bryan retire. I mean, yeah, it's an injury, but unless it's a serious neck injury, if he re-aggravated that neck injury to where doctors say, you have to retire, he's not going to retire. He has passion for the wrestling industry, the sports entertainment industry, whatever you want to call it. So, really, I don't see Daniel Bryan retiring. I just feel like this is another setback because Remember last year, he held the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. What happened? He got injured. He had to force the title was forced off of him.
Okay. Now, Joe, you and I talked about this a little bit before the show, and I don't know if we really I really didn't get your full thoughts about what you thought about Daniel Bryan, whether you think he's going to retire or. My thought is, if the WWE really wanted him to retire, I don't think they would be making it as much as an announcement about it. I mean, first he's taking time off. Then he's taking all the major bumps after he came out from his injury. What do you think about the whole situation?
I think they're pretty much blasting the media with his injury. I think there's two possibilities. He could be legitimately hurt, and they're playing it up. Hey, he's going to have to take time off, or it's just to see if they can gather more sympathy for the guy. I mean, the guy's over as it is. Why would you want to say you make an injury so overstated? And my opinion is, I think this is just WWE just trying to see if they can gather some more sympathy for him, more viewers and whatever else, because they just overblowing this thing. Now, my pick, as funny as it seems, it's going to be Daniel Bryan. For the obvious reason, if he does have to drop the belt, I don't think they're going to give it to Barrett. I think Barrett and Sheamus are going to feud. And what's going to happen is they're probably going to return the belt to Ziggler. So he'll probably be a flash in the pan. He'll beat Barrett. And probably on Raw, he'll drop the belt to Ziggler.
All right. Andy, again, same question.
I'm exactly opposite to Joe. I think what will happen, and I think that's why they're pushing this injury thing. My pick's Daniel Bryan. I think he'll win. He'll either do it after the match, or probably on Monday Night Raw, come in and say, look guys, I'm sorry to disappoint you. My neck is worse than I thought it was. I'm going to have to drop the strap again, hand the strap over and take time out. Then the belt is vacated, as it was before. That gives the fans, then, they can boo because they're not happy because they think the WWE have forced him to give it up again. That makes him still a nice person. He can go away. The fans are sympathetic. The belt is now open for anyone because they're pushing Sheamus. So you can have Sheamus, Wade Barrett, Dolph Ziggler in the mix. So they can keep that tournament going on. So I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to use the belt as a sympathy tool. Sorry, guys, I've done it again. I've won a championship, but I can't defend it. My neck is screwed. I've got to take more time out. And it'll be, ooh, no, ooh, come back, Daniel. But the belt will be vacated. I don't see him winning it and then losing it. So I think that's how they're going to take it off him. They're not taking it off him as such. I think it's all planned.
All right. Lance, your thoughts?
I've said this many times since he's came back, that I was severely questioning how healthy his neck was. Like I've said a million times also, and when you have neck surgery, it's either gets stronger or weaker. I personally think his neck has gotten weaker. He's going to have to he's probably going to lay down and, I won't say Daniel Bryan's going to lay down, but he'll do a good match and drop the belt to Barrett. And like Joe said, they could drop the belt to Barrett. Sheamus and Barrett have that match. Then it goes to Sheamus Ziggler. They do that, but he's either going to retire or pull a Shawn Michaels and say he needs to go do some sort of, I need to go find my smile or go get healthy or something. This is how I see it.
All right. And your pick for this match?
Barrett.
All right. Andy, what's your pick for this match?
Daniel Bryan. But he'll drop it to open contest.
Okay.
He'll forfeit the belt after.
James, what's your pick for this match?
If I had to pick this match, I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan. But if he doesn't, I'll see him fight at Payback against Barrett. I think they could push this back to Payback.
All right. And Will, what's your pick?
Andy basically said everything I wanted to say, so thanks, Andy. And I mean,
Sorry,
no. The thing is, I want to add to WWE does not want to be at risk if Daniel Bryan's neck gets any worse. And in this situation, I mean, it's better to be walking than in a wheelchair. So, health aside, I'm going to say basically, if he loses here, it wouldn't be much of a shame because health is better than the damn strap. But pick-wise, if it does go through, I'll go Bryan. If they want to take this risk, Daniel Bryan drops it to Barrett. But right now, I'll say Barrett for right now because, like WWE reported, this just wasn't a coincidence, fellas. I mean, if his health is not at best 100 before this pay-per-view, it's time to drop that strap. But I'm going to go Barrett for now.
All right. Looks like we're all over the board on this one. Well, the next match we want to talk about is the last man standing match between Roman Reigns and Big Show. Now, these guys have had several fights over the past year or so. So this one, to be honest with you, if I had to pick, I'm not expecting Roman Reigns to win this one. Andy, your thoughts?
I think they need to give Roman Reigns the win after the loss against Brock Lesnar to keep the momentum going. That's why I'm going to go with Roman Reigns.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe?
You know what? Why is the Big Show even in here? But I got to give it to Roman Reigns. And I agree with Andy. After losing to Brock Lesnar, he needs a big rebound. I think what he needs to do is take out Show, focus on Kane, take him out, and start going in that direction.
Yeah, go for the big guys.
Somebody remind me, when did he lose to Brock Lesnar? Because I thought he lost to Seth Rollins.
No, what he did, he lost to the triple threat.
Yeah, he lost to Seth Rollins, not Brock Lesnar.
But he never officially got pinned, but he lost the match. So, James, while you're there, your pick?
Technically, Roman Reigns did get pinned by Seth Rollins, by the way, in that match. I'm going to go... I wanted to say draw just to be funny, just because they got to keep the storyline, but they're not. I'm going to go with Roman Reigns. He lost so much momentum after losing to Seth Rollins at Mania. So, this is going to be a small stepping stone, unless they want to keep Big Show's momentum for winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. But I'm going to go Reigns for now.
All right. And Will, over to you.
Oh, man. Reigns just dropped down the WWE ladder after that Mania loss. But, I mean, we go back to Raw and how he used Bo Dallas as a fucking piñata, but poor Bo Dallas.
Believe in the spear.
But, yeah, Reigns wins out. Big Show, you got the best thing handed to you, and you got nothing else going for you right now. You accomplished what you needed. Time to go home. Reigns wins.
All right, and Lance, finally over to you.
I can't believe they're doing Big Show versus Reigns in fucking Chicago because they're going to eat. I can't imagine the chances the Chicago crowd's going to do. But that's me personally. I think it's going to be funnier than hell. But ain't no way in hell Roman Reigns is not going to win. He's going over.
Over under 6.5 chance. Third of that.
Yeah.
Over.
And
Yeah.
you know what's funny about this? Here's an athlete in the Big Show who I was looking at his old WCW matches when he first came in. He was a guy who was great. He was built. He was fast. And he did some good time in WWE. And now he's just the big jobber. Jeez. Now he's just a yes man to everything. Yes, sir, I'll take a pin. What, Lucid Torito? Yes, I will.
Yeah. But I guess that's what happens when you get a very big paycheck. Moving on to the next match. Can somebody please... I know, as I said before, and I know most of you who are listening in don't give a fuck, but I've been having my house renovated, and I was not outside the wrestling world for a while, but will somebody please tell me what the fuck is a Kiss Me Arse match?
It's a Kiss My Ass match. Remember from SummerSlam 90.
But Sheamus is Irish.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're telling me whoever loses has to kiss their ass?
Yes.
Yes, Kiss My Ass Club Vince jobber.
Oh, my God. Okay, well, I'm guessing Sheamus is going to win, but considering just that, now I'm wondering that if Dolph Ziggler is going to win. I wondered. This is a coin tosser for me, folks. Straight up. I really don't know on this one. So, Andy, I'm going to kick it over to you.
Sorry, I was having a conversation with James because I can't on the sheet. I can't see the Randy Orton.
It's right next to prop bets on that yellow thing. It's right next to it. It's the one on the.
Oh, I didn't see it. Sorry, my fault. Sorry, can you go again?
Yes, yeah. So on the Kiss My Ass match, what's your pick?
Oh, it's got to be Sheamus. Really, it's got to be Sheamus.
Joe, over to you.
I have to agree with Andy. It's going to be Sheamus, but I don't see Dolph Ziggler kissing his ARSE. How I see it is he'd probably kick it and run, but I don't think that. This kind of reminds me of the Bret Hart Jerry Lawler match that they had years ago in the SummerSlam. It was Kiss My Foot match,
and they never did it.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I have seen a match where Bret Hart literally put Jerry Lawler's foot in his own mouth.
So you know what? That might be one of my prop bets. Is that they're gonna win, but they're not gonna do the kiss.
Yeah. My pick Sheamus, and when it comes time to Dolph Ziggler to kiss his ass, he'll probably kick it or slap it or something and then run.
Yeah. In other words, he's gonna welch on the bet. So, all right. So, Lance, over to you. Your pick?
I don't know why. I'm going Sheamus.
Alrighty. And James, over to you.
I feel like because Sheamus has so much momentum going to this, I'm going to pick Sheamus because really, this one's going to be a very interesting. It's more a toss-up, but, Sheamus is the more powerful of the two, and, him coming back being all heelish or that silly hairdo that he has. I could see, somebody actually helping Dolph Ziggler not kiss the ass after the match. I think somebody's gonna come out and beat up Sheamus.
Who's that? Is he? Oh God, what's that gay wrestler's name? I can't think of his name. The coloured guy.
Darren Young.
Yeah, I think Darren Young will come in and suck his butthole dry.
Oh my God.
God, that's just wrong.
Oh my God.
All right. Will, over to you, please.
He'll kiss both of them's arse.
They're gonna make Sheamus. They're gonna make Sheamus strong, and I don't think Ziggler's gonna do it. But Sheamus is gonna win. Something's gonna happen at the end of the match.
Yeah, I agree. I agree there. All right. Moving on to the Chicago Street Fight, we have Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper. Now, I have to admit, I went against the green on this one, and I had to pick Luke Harper because lately Dean Ambrose just hasn't been looking as strong as he usually has. I don't know if WWE's kind of going in a different direction with him or if he's just, I don't know. So, that's just my pick. Andy, what's your pick?
I'm going to have to go with Dean Ambrose because unfortunately, as good as the guy is, I just see Luke Harper now as a scapegoat for everybody else. He's just a jobber.
Just like Eric Rowan?
Yeah. It's a shame because the guy's got talent, but he's got no mic skills.
Yeah. But the way he's just been, beating the hell out of Ambrose, I'm wondering if they might
don't you find that, though, that, even with the Ballas the other week, Naomi wins the match, whatever, and then, we've said this before, somebody wins the match before a title, and the person who wins ends up being the loser on the pay-per-view, so...
But you know what, though? This isn't really an important... This is, an unimportant pay-per-view, so... Because it's like a tweener pay-per-view, well, he might get away with it.
I don't know anything about Luke Harper. I don't know where he's come from. I think he was a Ring of Honor star. I don't know anything about the guy. The only person I know that could do a Chicago street fight with his CZW background is Dean Ambrose. I think they should have had another star who's capable of taking a lot of pounding. So if they both come from there, then probably it's going to be a good, gruesome match. But the WWE are going to stop the gruesomeness for the PG-13. But If it's PG-13, I'm sorry, WWE, you shouldn't really have a Chicago street fight.
Okay.
Because to me, a Chicago street fight, like any street fight, means anything goes and someone's going to bleed.
All right. Well, let's Joe, what was your pick?
You know what? I have to give it to Dean Ambrose. It's gonna be. I was gonna say a toss-up, but I can see if anything, if he wins this edge, if he wins this match, I can see him becoming the next Intercontinental Champion. So I have to say Dean Ambrose.
All right. Lance, your pick?
To me, could very well be match of the night because it's Extreme Rules, and you got two guys from CZW in a street fight. Oh my God! Anyway, I'm going with the Lunatic Fringe on this one.
All right, fair enough. Will, over to you.
Yeah. It's going to be Ambrose. It's going to be best match of the night, and look for a lot of weapons to be used.
James, over to you.
I'm calling a hockey stick being used in this match. Oh wait, they're in the wrong arena. Anyway, I'm gonna say Dean Ambrose on this one because really, Dean Ambrose hasn't done well in pay-per-views, and I think he doesn't have that much momentum. So, this will help his momentum a lot. Winning this street fight. So, Dean Ambrose.
All right, and now we have the main event, which it's a cage match with the RKO's band and KANE, who is the guardian of the gate. Now, as you all know, over the past couple of days, KANE has been having some friction with the Authority, mostly with Seth Rollins. So now the big question is KANE going to pretty much give in to Seth Rollins, or is he going to turn on Seth Rollins? So right now it's kind of like, I see that as like a 60-40. 60% that he's going to support Seth, 40% that he's going to turn on Seth. So it all depends on who aggravates him at the pay-per-view or whatever, who can get him to support him.
Have they actually made it a championship? Because I haven't seen anywhere, really, where they've officially said it's for the title, apart from Seth Rollins says, you're not going to walk away with this.
It's a WWE World Heavyweight Championship match.
Oh, because I thought they were going to pull a crafty one.
No.
The title was not there, because the only reference they've made to the title match, from what I've seen so far, is Seth Rollins says you won't walk out with this, which could mean, if it wasn't a title match, Randy Orton could win, but he still wouldn't get the strap.
It's an official no. It's you will. He has to defend the title at Extreme Rules in the title in a cage match, and it's under these stipulations. But Randy Orton, for some reason, wanted it in a steel cage, and it's like, really? And I don't know why he didn't. Obviously, they set this up in such a fashion, so I'm already picking Seth Rollins. I'm going to tell you why, because Seth Rollins needs to win this. So that way, they can get rid of Randy Orton, so they can have, like Roman Reigns move up to be the next guy in line to win the title. I've said this before. This is the plan. Because Roman Reigns is going to have the title, and then come SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar is going to come back, and it'll be Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. It's as simple as that. Joe, do you agree with me or disagree with me?
Absolutely. I think that's their main plan right now. They're just burning out this feud between Randy Orton and Seth Rollins just to give Rollins some credibility. So if he can survive Randy Orton, then everybody's going to look at him, okay, he can back up what he says. I think what's going to happen is it's going to come down to the point where Seth Rollins is going to push KANE to the limit. KANE looks like he's about to choke slam him because he's going to be fed up. And he turns around and choke slams Randy Orton. And it's going to be that thing where everybody's going to say, hey, you did it for the corporation. KANE is going to say, I did it for the corporation, not you, Seth. And he's just going to walk out. And then probably afterwards, Randy's going to come up and beat the hell out of freaking Seth Rollins, and he's going to run off again. So Seth Rollins going to win thanks to KANE, and that's going to set up for SummerSlam, or it's going to set up maybe for another month where Reigns finally gets his chance again.
All right. Andy?
I'm going to go for Seth Rollins, but I think Kane's going to help him win. And then as I put on the little sheet here, and then he'll drop Seth Rollins' his ass. Choke slam him on the mat outside.
Yeah, and you know what? It makes sense because obviously he's frustrated and he wants to be done. So, Lance, over to you.
I'm going with Seth Rollins, and I think it's going to happen by, well, Orton's going to accidentally hit an RKO because it's like second nature to him or whatever. Then Triple H is going to come down after Randy Orton thinks he's won after getting out of the ring, going, no. You used an RKO. Therefore, your winner and still champion, Seth Rollins.
Okay. Will.
I'm with Andy on this one. Seth Rollins is going to win, and my prop bet, James marked this down. Kane's going to choke slam Rollins, and there's going to be a little tension in the Authority.
All right, finally, over to you, James.
I am going to go what Lance say. I'm going to say Seth Rollins wins because Randy Orton's going to hit an RKO. But I think Kane is going to turn on Seth Rollins. And the fact that Randy Orton's going to try to win, J&J Security gets involved. He hits an RKO on one of them. He escapes the cage, thinks he wins, and Triple H comes out like, no, you used an RKO. Therefore, still, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins.
All right. Well, you know what, guys? I think we're going to wrap it up here, and now we want to know what you think. What do you have your picks? Make sure you put your comments in the comments section below, and of course, please follow us over at facebook.com/hardcorewrestlingradio, and also subscribe to us over at youtube.com/HWRShow. Andy, where can everyone find you at?
Yeah, you can find me at www.stokehaunted.com, scaring ghosts.
We also have the classic wrestling manager, Joseph Knight. Joe, where can everyone find you, and what do you got going on?
Oh, you can find me on Facebook at facebook.com, Joseph Knight Manager. You can also follow the CWA also on Facebook at facebook.com, Classic Wrestling Association. We're currently updating our website, but you can still go check it out at classicwrestlingassociation.com. Right now, we're just gearing a couple of things back. We're taking it a little bit easy, going to be setting up a few things, so just keep a watch.
All right. And then, of course, we have the incomparable Lance Moss, and you can find him over at youtube.com/LanceMossTV. Lance, what do you got going on?
Album reviews, NASCAR discussion videos, redneck normal cooking videos, musical equipment reviews, some rants, the archives of controversies and scandals. So subscribe if you hadn't. And don't forget to hit me up on Twitter. It's at LanceMossTV.
And last and certainly not least, we have the HWR tag team. First, he's the Bay Area MVP, known as Will, and his tag team partner, James from the Big Easy. Guys, what's going on?
We still know that the New Day sucks. And you can find me on SoundCloud.com/HWRShow. You can listen to all of In the News and James being taunted on.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, you can find me at Twitter at FatBoy504. I do more of the retweets mostly. I might put some opinions up. Find me on youtube.com/JTD70129. And you can also find me on twitch.tv/FatBoy504 where I do PS4 gameplay.
Alright. For everybody here, I'm your hardcore host, Rick Head, saying we'll see you when we see you. Thank you for listening to this edition of Hardcore Wrestling Radio. Make sure you follow us at any one of our locations, whether it's YouTube, Dailymotion, and now SoundCloud.com under the name HWR Show. Until the next time, this is your hardcore host, Rick Head, saying we'll see you when we see you.